All right, the Golden Spikes Award Weekly Spotlight, our third feature, all brought to you by Chinook Seedery, the title sponsor of the Golden Spikes Award this week. I'm a Palmetto State guy, so this one hits home. Mr. Ethan Petri, the junior outfielder, an absolute maniac in the box. Ethan, thanks for joining me today, dude.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Absolutely, bro. Hey, here's the deal. I've watched your journey over the last couple seasons as I kind of began the origin of this here pencil. It, like I said, started at what I believe is a true college baseball blue blood at the South Carolina Gamecocks. And from the minute you step foot on campus, Founders Park has been wowed with your ability. Now, what has it meant to you to wear that South Carolina brand across your chest?
It's been a lot. I mean, we just went through a coaching change, and I never thought about leaving because, this is my home, and I'm just, excited to be here, excited to wear the South Carolina uniform. Being a Florida kid, growing up in Florida, you got UF, Miami, USF, Florida State, all those schools, and I decided to come up here, and I really adapted to the culture, adapted to the fans accepted me. So, when you have a culture like this that accepts you, it's pretty easy to adjust and, have a lot of success.
Let's talk about those fans. I mentioned Founders Park. I growing up in Charleston, South Carolina, to me, I know that Omaha is the Mecca, but maybe 1A to 1B, that Founders feels just that close. Mm-hmm. Your fans are nuts. And I mean that in the nicest way possible. Mm-hmm. What's it like in playing in front of those folks?
It's awesome. I mean, we want a big crowd for SEC play. It's a big advantage, when you obviously when you go to Arkansas or you go to Mississippi State, they have the advantage on you because of just the atmosphere is all towards them. And it's easy to play when you got fans behind your back and, rallies going. When an opposing team has a rally, it kind of gets deadened because of how silent the crowd is and how silent everything is. But when you have a rally going and it's loud, the pitcher's feeling the pressure, the pitcher's sped up. So when you have a lot of fans, it's easy to win games. And, you want to be that top 8 seed. You have the best chance of getting Omaha when you're being that top 8 seed, hosting a regional and then a super regional. So
I was going to say that national site, Columbia fans have become well known. You mentioned being a Florida native, dude. Coming out of the Sunshine State, you lit the world on fire in high school. I think I saw you had 12 high school homers. Mm-hmm. And in your freshman year of college, you hit like 20 plus. Mm-hmm. The juice is insane, dude. I believe, and I want to say congratulations as well. You just moved into sole second place in South Carolina history in homers. Mm-hmm. Do you think you'd hit more home runs than me if I stood at second base and took BP from there? What do you think?
I've never seen you play, so I mean, we'd have to see that. I think it's a good challenge to do. I mean, I think it would be a good content thing.
It is good content. We'll come and do it, and I'll make sure very clear. If they threw me change-ups, I wouldn't hit one out. Maybe a BP fastball. I got a shot.
Fastball only, right?
Now talking. I want to ask you, right? You are now the junior. You're the upperclassman. You mentioned the coaching change. Getting to know a guy like Cole Messina over the last couple of years, what did he mean to you from a leadership standpoint? What did you learn and absorb from him that you've now been able to utilize as the upperclassman that those youngsters now look up to you for?
Yeah. He was that vocal leader in the locker room. I believe I was, that on the field, everyone saw what I did. They wanted to do the same thing I did because of the success I've had. So I learned a lot from his vocality in the locker room and when he would, how he approached situations, when someone's not acting right, and not just really get on people's butts, approach them and, maturity, you want a respectful, mature conversation with somebody who's not acting themselves because, at the end of the day, we're basically grown men. This is like the big leagues of college baseball. So everybody's grown men in that locker room. You got to respect them like they respect you. So, and you got to make sure they respect the game too.
It is the big leagues of college baseball. I've joked about it before. I got tore through the mud on Twitter last year, and I don't really care because Twitter's not a real place.
Yeah,
but it's not a real place.
I try to get everybody deleted on the team, when the season comes, so we don't even read that stuff. So
I like it. But if they are, they should follow D1 and Pencil Talking. But I have to shout out for shout. I only say that, though, because I made a comment on Twitter last year about how I felt like the SEC is really on the weekends, but especially on Friday nights. Mm-hmm. It's got to be the equivalent of AA baseball, right?
Yeah, that's what a lot of people say too.
Right? I mean, it's nuts night in and night out. Feels like everyone throws a freaking 100 miles an hour now. Mm-hmm. again, I'm not saying it like you made it look easy, but your first 2 seasons, you've rolled with the punches. Your development at the plate has been, astounding. I'm curious, what's that adjustment like? Like, can you speak to the craziness of playing on the weekends, week in and week out in the SEC?
It's I wouldn't say it's a grind, but it's a grind. It's like, it's tough. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, you got to be grateful that you're playing. You can't call it a grind because you're grateful for playing in, like, situations like that. So I think it's just like, you got to take every day, like, pitch by pitch. You got to face that 100-mile-an-hour arm, take it pitch by pitch. If you don't get him the first at bat, get him the next at bat. If you don't get him the next at bat, you're gonna have to get the guy out of the bullpen throwing 98 with a freaking wipeout slider. So, you gotta be able to make adjustments on the dime, and you can't get too frustrated because you know how hard this game is. I mean, big leaguers hit 280 and they're, Hall of Famers now. So, when you're facing power arms like that, you got to really stay locked in the whole game. And, every at bat matters. Like that 1-for-4 game, you could hit that home run to, send it home. You know what I mean? So you can't really take your at bats in the past to, like, for granted. And, I think I was 0-for-4 opening SEC night last year, 4 strikeouts, first golden sombrero ever. Next at bat, struck out again on Saturday. So I'm 5 strikeouts in a row. And then I end up, just flushing everything. Kingston came up and talked to me and just said, just be you up there. And I flushed all the 5 strikeouts. Next at bat, hit a home run. So, I mean, baseball is just a weird game. It's a weird game. It's a lot of failure and a lot of success. So you got to fail to succeed. So
I love that, especially after 5 in a row, right? For you to go up there and do that.
You feel like you're like, I'm never going to get a hit again.
Right. I always have the mentality piece of it, like that old school Derek Jeter quote that I'm sure every baseball player in the world remembers. Like, hey, I feel more confident over 18 because I know the hit's coming, right?
Yep.
I don't know how he did that. At 0 for 18, I was thinking to myself, hey, on eBay, I bet I could sell my batting gloves, my bat, my helmet.
Yeah, let's find a way to get a job, right?
Yeah. But that's kind of, I think, your steadfast mentality has been inspiring, I'm sure, for your teammates, but really for those watching from afar going, man, like, it's steady Eddie. You mentioned that homer after the 5 punchies. I'm curious, is there been so far, right? Number 2 in South Carolina history, breathing down the neck of being the all-time leader. Is there one that stands out as your favorite so far?
Yeah. I mean, it's the obvious one. I think everybody knows what it is. The Paul Skeens home run. I mean, he's dominating the big leagues. I mean, I get still questions asked every day or every other day. You hit a home run off Paul Skeens, right? So that's just like, I mean, hitting a home run off a guy like that who's now pitching the big leagues, it's great.
It's got to give you a lot of confidence too, going like, hey, that's the dream, right? And for every guy that's ever put on a pair of cleats, that's it. That's got to give you the confidence to go, hey, I've done it against quite literally maybe the greatest college pitcher of all time. And I remember that too, because that was a weird rain delay type game, wasn't I? Tried to put it on the tee, but that was a fun one. Yeah.
And I think if you rewatch that Wheels video, Wheels, they always have like the YouTube videos. Yeah.
Wheels don't miss, man. Yeah. Wheels don't miss.
So there's the inning after, Cabeloso hits a base hit right to me, and I slip and I somersault over the ball, and it goes right into the gap, and he gets a double out of it. So you it's a humbling game, man. Like, you just hit a home run off the best pitcher probably college baseball's ever seen, and then you're somersaulting in right field because you slipped on the wet patch in the grass.
I love that, man. Those baseball gods, right? Like,
they humble you fast, man. They humble you fast.
I love that. I'm curious. There's been a lot of greats before you, right? And we talked about the lore of South Carolina history, and it's why you've now been the Golden Spikes Award weekly player, I believe, twice in your career already, and you're on the preseason watch list. Was there anybody that you aspired to be growing up? Like, I don't know, it could be a big leaguer, could be a former Gamecock. Is there anybody that you tried to model your game after, or maybe like just really love to watch play?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a huge Tampa Bay Rays fan, so I love watching everybody on the Rays. Evan Longoria was, who I grew up wanting to be. Ben Zobrist, Sam Fold. I don't know if you remember him, but
yeah, that's a good name right there.
Yeah, Sam Fold, all those guys, BJ Upton. I used to love watching those guys, and I'm still a huge Rays fan, and I hope they have a lot of success this season. So, that's really the team I watch all the time. Now I'm like more into watching the Yankees play because Aaron Judge is, a beast. So
yeah, he is. I like the Tampa play though. Sam Fold's a good name. That's a real Rays.
Yeah,
yeah, a good name.
Oh yeah.
Now let me ask you this: I did it with Moose last year. if I were to give you a Gamecock Mount Rushmore, can be baseball, can be all sports, can be. I know Darius Rucker is usually the go-to pick for most Gamecocks, but you are now becoming a part of that conversation for a lot of fans. I'm curious, what's your Gamecock Mount Rushmore?
Jackie Bradley Jr. I met him for the first time. He's awesome. He's got so much aura.
That's a good word for it. I like that.
Like he just gives off that aura. Ray Tanner, for sure. Yeah. Steve Spurrier. Is it Steve Spurrier? I'm not sure.
Coach. Head ball HBC, baby. Head ball
coach. I know his
coach.
last name. I didn't know his.
You're all over it. You're all over it.
How many people are in Mount Rushmore? 4 or 5?
4, but I'll give you a 5 if you want it.
Okay.
We just called it the weekend rotation because I know other podcasts do the Mount Rushmore, so I don't want to like completely copy and paste. But we always said a weekend rotation. Give me your Friday, Saturday, Sunday guy, and then a back end closer for us. So we got JBJ on Friday night. It's a good start.
Good starter. Yeah,
great start. Ray Tanner, and then obviously now we've got the head ball coach on Sunday. Now give me your closer.
Christian Walker.
Yeah.
For what he's done in the big leagues, won 2 national championship, made it to a 3rd one, like been a runner up. So I mean, he came and talked to us and got us all fired up one day. So it was awesome.
That's a good one too. He just signed with Houston. I can see your swing a little bit too. You guys both big, strong dudes, not a lot of moving pieces, just hitting the
Yeah, I think I have a little bit more moving pieces than him. He's got an excellent swing.
Quiet. Okay. I like it, man. That's a good one. All right, heck of a Mount Rushmore. I'm all in. We got all 4. For the game chickens?
Yeah.
You want me to pander? I'll put you on it for Friday night. Boom. Give me Pat. Let's go. You know what's funny? Since you went JBJ, I'll go Whit Merrifield for this.
Okay.
Right?
I didn't think of that. I should have thought of that. He should have been on there.
JBJ, when you close your eyes and think of that team, you think of JBJ. Like he made baseball so cool, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
so cool.
I grew up a big league fan, right? Like I'm a huge Houston Astros fan. But like those South Carolina national championship teams, like it made me fall in love with college baseball.
Yeah.
So Wingo and Merrifield, and Roth on the weekends, like those guys were so sick.
Yeah. Yep.
I'll go Darius. I'll go Whit Merrifield. I'll go Clowney. That's a fun one.
Yeah. Great one.
And then I'll go Sindarius. Took him to the Final Four. I go a little bit of everything. Sprinkle a little bit.
That was awesome. Yeah. I've been seeing that all over my TikTok of just him just like interviews with the Sindarius.
Good. Yeah. I like that. All right. You are the Columbia native. Give me your favorite spot to eat in Columbia. Let's shot some.
Probably Market on Main for like dinner, like a nice dinner, or De Prados is like a really good lunch spot. I really like. It's got like good pita chips and stuff.
Yeah, boom. Now I set that up. It's a good transition question for me as I practice my Big J journalism over here. You got to eat right to lift right. You guys, I hate to say it, but he is maybe the greatest strength coordinator in the history of college baseball.
Yep.
Talk about, is he the squad father, or what's Billy going by these days?
He does everything. I mean, he's always getting a pump in with us, and he brings great energy every single day. I mean, I've never seen him, acting the way he feels. He's a great leader. Like if he's feeling down, he's not acting like he's feeling down. If he's feeling great, he's not acting like he's feeling great. He's always, focused, trying to get us better always. So he's done a lot for me, especially this year. I feel like I've tapped into a little bit more juice, when it comes, in the weight room. I've been taking my weight room more seriously than I have the past 2 years. I think it's, making me take strides, in my health and, getting ready for, SEC play.
I love that. I think this is going to be dropping. I guess we're going into the second week of SEC play, but I was there 2 weeks ago when you went big fly against the Citadel, and you almost went Adrian Beltre on us, Ethan. You almost hit that dang thing off 1 foot. I mean, like literally finished on the one knee. I'm just sitting there going, "Oh my god!" And the lead Joe takes some big boy strength.
Oh yeah, yeah. Wind was like into the teeth of the wind. It was big. It was a big fly.
It was a nice little 3-iron. You hit a nice cut 3-iron right into the wind. Still got it.
Yep. A nice backspin and just kept going.
There you go. Who's the best golfer on the Gamecock Ball Club this year?
KJ Scobie. He's a freshman. He's our third baseman. Elite golfer.
Knew it right away too.
I mean, I'm sure he's probably shot under par. Like, like big time under par. He's a stud at it. I heard.
Swings the sticks and the ball.
Yeah.
That's
and can take it at third. He's probably one of the better defenders I've seen at third base.
How about that? Let's go. All right, shout out KJ Scobie. All right, I do want to play Meet the Gamecocks a little bit longer. I'm putting you on the spot. This segment brought to you by Chinook Seeds, title sponsor of the Golden Spikes. Our first question: have you had Chinook Seeds yet?
Oh yeah, Roman Kimball has something with Chinook, and I always steal his stuff. So
locked in. So do you have a favorite flavor?
I don't know. I don't even look at the flavors. I just eat them. Like all of them are good.
I'm serving as their number one advocate. I know it's a little weird one. Have you tried the Cinnamon Toast Crunch yet?
Yes, I have tried those. I remember exactly. I was just about to say those are really good.
80 grade stuff. It's different.
Yeah, 80 grade stuff.
I just feel like I'm carrying the Cinnamon Toast Crunch and getting people to stop giving me the weird side eye. It's unbelievable. All right, Meet the Gamecocks though. Who's the funniest teammate you have?
Talmadge LeCroy.
Talmadge, love that. Strongest teammate?
Blake Jackson.
Okay. Most juice outside of you?
Nolan Naraki.
Like that. Okay, good one. We've got best dancer?
Blake Jackson.
That was a good one. Okay. Most on-field swag?
Nate Hall or Dalton Mayshore?
Most off-field swag?
Dalton Mayshore.
Now, it's good. Now, the question that I think everybody has been dying to know, I'm trying to make this my mission as well. What are the Gamecocks playing on the team bus on the way to games?
Like music or Mafia? Mafia, for sure.
So a little bus.
No music, all Mafia. Yeah, we get some heated games going. So
that's my point. So we're 15 minutes in, and if you're a real college baseball fan, you know Mafia. So this is just for us now. I want to know who's the best Mafia player.
Talmadge LeCroy.
Yeah,
he's elite, man. He'll never know he's in Mafia,
and he's funny too. So you've already told us
you can't take him seriously. It's just he's just like, oh, could he be the Townie or or he could be Mafia or the Godfather?
Who's usually narrating?
Max Coffer was the narrator last time, or last couple of times we've been on the bus. So
like that, he does a good job telling the story.
Oh yeah, he's hilarious.
Man, well, your story has been beyond inspiring from afar, man. This Golden Spikes trophy, I'm curious, is it, I don't know, is it kind of like an accessory to all the work that you're putting in? Are you a manifest goals type of guy where like you wrote this down, like at the end of the season, if your name is associated with this trophy, as it already has been twice, was this something going into the year, the Golden Spikes with Team USA? Like, is that something that you strive for?
Not really. I'm just kind of out there playing the game, trying to win as much as we can because, if I win, all the accolades come with it. If I focus on winning, everything else comes with it. I'm not really worried about, stuff like that. I mean, it's obviously like really cool, cool to be in, in history and everything. But, just out there trying to win and having so much fun, with this team. It's a great team, great chemistry. So it's just, when you start worrying about that stuff, you start pressing, you start mentally falling down the wrong path. And I think that's, something you see a lot in college baseball because we're young kids and, we're trying to get our, feet wet. And, especially when you're good, like you're trying to get your feet wet and like with these awards and you see all these like people just falling down the wrong path and be like, oh, I got to win this. I got to get these stats. I got to hit these home runs. My goal every year is to hit one home run. Everything after that is just cherry on top. Any way to make the team win, that's just kind of my mindset. Yesterday, had a tough game over 3, but I have a sac fly, just trying to contribute the best way I can, catch all the fly balls out and right, catch all the balls at first base. So that's just kind of my mindset, and everything else just kind of, plays itself out when you focus on that.
That fires me up. I love that. Did you know this? This is my bonus edition. I self-deprecate a lot. Career 231 hitter, no big deal. But one collegiate homer. So your goal, I was able to take advantage of.
Exactly. And you probably had a great time playing baseball.
Oh my God, dude! It's what we're talking about, right?
Exactly.
Like it's the only thing that matters: the relationships. And man, all your teammates have just bragged on you. It's why I'm so excited to finally gotten to sit down with you.
Yeah.
Before I let you go, our last round, a little hack attack, rapid fire. How many swings you get around?
Probably like 5.
5. So we'll go 5, and then a feel good 6th if you're up for it.
All right, yeah, feel good 6, like hopefully a home run off the batter's eye or something.
That's what now we're talking.
Yeah.
So you see that, folks? Dead center. He's looking dead center. He's not trying to see into the left field. All right, what'd you have for breakfast this morning? Or what's your go-to game day breakfast?
Dude, I'm not a breakfast guy.
Yeah.
Like I'll maybe hit a protein shake and just get ready for, lunch.
He said, oops, my bad. Coach Bailey, you heard the boy, protein shake for brekkie. Oops.
Yeah, I'm not a big breakfast guy. Maybe I'll eat some pineapple or some like strawberries, but that's about it. I'm not like I wake up in the morning, I just, not really into breakfast.
I love it. Say less.
Yeah. Even though I know it's the most important meal of the day, I should probably start eating breakfast as my career goes on, but because I'll probably wear myself out.
60 plus pumps in the SEC. You can do whatever you want. Everyone's going to be not eating breakfast now.
Yeah.
What's the walk-up song this year?
It's been the same for like almost 8 years now since I've been in high school. Check Yourself by Ice Cube.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it, folks.
Yeah, that's right. Since freshman year of high school, man.
Love that. If you played any other sport, what would you play?
Probably football, probably like a tight end or something.
Like that little tight end. Coach Beamer, you heard the boy, right? He's got baseball to play first, but hypothetical.
I wish I was that physical. Those guys are monsters. They would eat me alive. I'm big, man, but those guys are ginormous.
That's fair. Yeah. All right, my final question, the bonus question. I'll let you get out of here, dude. Pencil or pen? Hardest question you've probably ever been asked.
That's an easy question. Pencil.
Oh, you heard the All-American, folks. Pencil.
Unless you have an erasable pen.
That's fair. I've said for
but like a pencil you can erase with. Like
I make mistakes. We need to be able to go back and fix.
Especially with my handwriting, man. I write in like hieroglyphics. You got to erase some of that stuff.
Dude, I did see. What's your major?
Sports media.
Sports media. Now I've got to tell you, you look like you were born to pick up a pencil. And I know you got some characters in that locker room.
Yeah.
If you ever feel compelled, just know, grab the pencil. We at D1 and Pencil Talk, we'll repost the heck out of everything, Mr.
All right, yeah. I mean, you just hit me up. I mean, I'll be down to do that.
I got to tell you, Pencil Talk now with you. D1's got the validity where South Carolina might actually let you intern. And if you do intern with us, just know you can do whatever you want.
Ask any kind of questions.
I know I'm probably exposing myself here at the end of this interview, but it's like good business for everyone.
Yeah, it's all right.
Ethan Petri, man, an absolute superstar on and off the field. Cannot thank you enough, dude.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to meet you, and excited to see you around.
Okay, how about that? Forever to thee. We'll see you at some point this season. I got good vibes.
Yeah. Sounds good. All right. See you later, man.
Heck yeah, the Golden Spikes Award Weekly Spotlight brought to you by Chinook Seeds and USA Baseball. So thankful for you guys.